All right, beautiful day and evening to you all. So let's see, we got thank you all for joining. Gratitude for that.
Hello. Hey.
Hey, beautiful. Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. So, to all the individuals that are joining live or maybe just scrolling, this is my first live, so be patient with me. I am with my C Star Jan P, which I give thanks and gratitude for. I'm waiting on Listerin to come in and Key Baker. So once they come in, we will get started. So be patient with me. I deal with structure. So let me go ahead and give a disclaimer before we even start this live because I'm about structure, being professional at the same time. So let me read this. This is for copyright and plagiarism, infringement, and entertainment purposes only. That's a disclaimer. So the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. And fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed, nonprofit educational or personal use tips to balance the favor of the favored use. Okay. So therefore, I wanted to give that disclaimer. So I'm dealing with structure. So I want to be able to allow the speakers to be able to speak their truth and be authentic, okay? For their voice to be heard. And I'm going to ask questions and give them their time, their opportunity. But I want to make sure that we're not dealing with chaos and over speaking, that we're communicating in love, peace, and harmony and balance. So if you're in the live, I give gratitude and gratefulness for you joining the live, okay? So I'm waiting on listening to join. My C Star Jan has already joined. So we're going to give about 5 more minutes. So I'm going to clear the energy and bring positive energy, allowing the ancestors and the Most High, which I call my spiritual squad. Y'all seen the Suicide Squad, which is a Marvel. So I'm going to call in my ancestors and spiritual squad for protection mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, psychologically, and financially, and to be prevented from any type of psychic, emotional, physical, spiritual, or mental attacks, and that no weapon formed against us can prosper because we're dealing out of Christ consciousness. Okay, so if this is not for you, then by all means you can leave the live. But I come in peace, love, light, abundance, and prosperity. I come in harmony and balance. And my C stars, we're going to deliver the message. So once they all tap in, I'm going to allow them to deliver their introduction. Okay. So, Jan, I know you can't get on the camera right now, but did Listerin get in so I can invite her?
She did not respond back yet. I have her TikTok page. I can
Okay.
see you. I did invite her. I did send her the invite and let her know to come through you to join the live. So
Okay.
I'm send her a text.
Thank you, Cam 34 for joining the live. Gratitude. Like I stated before, this is my first live to present my C stars to give information. I'm going to pretty much be in the background, but I'm going to ask questions and I'm going to elaborate, expound on some things. But I give gratitude for you joining the live. Um, who else has joined? I can't see. I got my blue blockers on, so this is what I look like without my blue blockers. Okay. So I have to put my blue blockers on for the devices. I have another individual that has joined Jan. It's
Oh yes, that's my friend Kim. Hey
okay.
Kim.
Thank you,
Yes,
thank you, Cam.
hey Kim.
Awesome, awesome. Awesome. So I'm waiting on other individuals. We're gonna give about maybe 10 more minutes and we're gonna tap in. We're gonna walk the walk, talk it like we talk. We're going to give some information, you feel me? We're going to elaborate, give our narratives on everything. Our sister, our listener, she's gonna come in and talk about the tribal, indigenous information about the land, which we all need to know about. And then also my C-Star Jan, she's gonna come from her perspective, but she's gonna go with the flow. I know how she operate. And as for me, I'm just gonna kind of like pretty much expound and give my information because right now the planet is going through a shift. There's a shift in the atmosphere, and I think I quoted this many times on Facebook and IG that it's our due diligence. Thank you, Dr. Detail 901 for joining. Gratitude for joining. So give us time. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, C-Star, for sharing the live and encouraging more viewers to share it. You're so awesome. I love you. You're so awesome. You're so
Yes.
awesome. Because like I said, this is our right. This is my first time, and you know I've always dealt with the private capacity when I deliver information, but now Spirit has allowed me to bring forward myself and other C stars to give the information. And we want to make sure it's structured, no chaotic energy, even though chaos can bring about order, okay? But I want to make sure everybody is able to speak their truth and be authentic, because what's from the heart reaches the heart, you know. And so thank you, Empress Shay Marie. Thank you for joining. Gratitude, gratitude. I always tell people like, gratitude cannot live in a place where there's no wealth. You know, when you have gratitude for the small things, the Most High, the universe, the Creator, however you all want to put it, will give you bigger things to give gratitude for. So gratitude is something. It's like my signature emoji, and my C-Star Jan knows that every time I text or type something or email, I always put with gratitude. I give thanks. Okay, so we got how many people?
I think we got 2 so far.
Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with
Yes.
however the energy flows. I'm waiting on
Yeah. Once 5 minutes in here, we're just gonna start. So I
okay.
just did the live with her.
Okay, awesome. I appreciate you for doing that. Because
Oh,
I don't
Kia.
want it to be,
I'm
huh?
sorry. I'm so sorry. Kia just texted me. Kia just said she's in the meeting in another live. She said she would join after. She said
She
she's
gonna
after the
join
meeting.
after that? Okay. Hopefully she can step in. So we're waiting on Liz Serene to come in. We're gonna give it about 5 more minutes. Okay. I'm going to try to wait for Sister Lisbon to come in and Sister Kia to come in. Um, who just followed me? Somebody just Cam 34, you just followed me. Thank you. Gratitude. Gratitude. Okay, we're gonna give you like maybe 3 to 5 more minutes. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna allow my C stars to give their introduction. I give my introduction and then we'll move forward. Thank you, Dr. David Flected, for joining. Gratitude for you joining. And I'm going to invite you to join as a guest, Dr. Flected, in a minute. I'm just trying to make sure everybody come in and give everybody time, because I know people have schedules, people have their professional life, their personal life. So I respect it at all costs. Thank you, Sis Jen, for sharing the live again for me. You're so awesome.
No problem.
Thank you, Aquaman 223 for joining. Gratitude. This is a safe space. It's a safe haven. No judgments here. Um, just making sure people know what we need to know as far as the collective, but also not put too much, because you know how these social media platforms work. And that's why I want to give the copyright clause in the beginning, to say it's entertainment purposes only. Thank you, Elgin Cloud 730 for joining. Thank you for Miss D for joining. Gratitude. So we're going to give it about 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes.
Started.
And then I'm going to have Sister Jan do her introduction, then I'll do mine's. And then hopefully Sister Kia can tap in and Lissa Ring can tap in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I've already cleared the energy. I have my spiritual tools that I need. I already cleansed the area, the space for all of us. And knowing that we're going to speak our truth, okay, with pure intentions and a good heart, and making sure your heart is light as a feather, and making sure that we're vibrating off the highest vibrational gift of love. That's what the planet needs right now. So Sister Jan, I'm going to
Yes.
go ahead and pass the baton to you. While we wait on the other sisters to come in, go ahead and give me an introduction of yourself and what you want to kind of present to the collective as a whole. Thank you, your Elgin Cloud 730. Thank you for joining. Thank you, DJ Parasinic. Am I Paradisinic? Am I pronouncing it correct? Yeah, I think it's DJ Paradisinic. So, Sister Jan, go ahead. I know you can't get on camera right now, but go ahead and introduce yourself first. Thank you, Aja Booty, for joining. Thank you, Noid. Sister Jan, are you there?
Hello? Am I breaking up?
Yeah. Well, I didn't hear you. I was telling you to give your introduction.
Oh, I was. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you
I
now.
don't know why it started. It must have started breaking up. Can you hear me?
You Now I can hear you because I think you paused your live. Don't pause it. Yeah. Thank you, Lolita Hudson, for joining. Gratitude for joining. Thank you, Sherrod Black Wee. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. Please forgive me if I pronounced it wrong. Thank you, Chocolate Barbadio.
Okay.
Gratitude.
Yes, sorry, my bad. I was
No,
trying
that's
to come alive.
fine.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Hi, I'm Jan. I work in the mental health field. My goal is to help people and encourage them and build the community up. My goal is for us to get back like we did back then. To have voice and we want higher frequency and vibration together. We must get back to it. So now
Thanks.
I joined the group of Matriarchs, and my goal is for everybody to come together and just grow and build and continue to basically just form love because love is the highest frequency. So we want to
Facts.
make sure we just spread positive energy and love to each other because that's how we change the world. The world is so chaotic, it's full of chaos, and these different entities. The goal is for them is to keep us down, to keep us stagnant, so they can have power over us. So they can take our energy and harvest it, so they can be in control. But we have the power to change that.
Thank
We have the
you.
power to make a difference and come together.
Thank you, Sister Jan. Thank you, AJ Lewis. She said, "Good evening. My name is Angel. I'm Greek, and you came up on my FYP. How are you doing? I am doing fine. I have no complaints. I'm grateful and thankful. Much gratitude. Um, Thank you, Cam34. She said, we do definitely agree with Jan. That's a fact. Thank you, Romeo, for joining. Thank you for Noe. Thank you for all you all have that's joining the live. Right. This is our first time on my platform, so I try to keep it structured with positive energy. If it's not for you, then you know you can exit the live, okay? But we doing everything in love. Thank you, Romeo, for joining. Thank you, Jan, for your introduction. So let me tell you something about myself while we're waiting on our other sea stars. So I am New Nine Naturals, Triple Goddess, Intuitive, also known as Tamena Ali Bay. I am a professor of psychology. I am a channeler. I channel energy. I'm an oracle. I also do everything with intuitiveness, but also I like to bring truth to the platform from what was hidden, because things have been hidden within the secret society. Also, to know that being able to use spiritual tools such as herbs to heal our mind, bodies, and our spirit, whether it's emotionally, psychologically, physically, spiritually, or mental. Okay. So that is my realm. I'm not going to say too much because I'm kind of pretty much like a private person, but I'm just getting myself out here. And I want to give thanks to my sister Jan for her inspiration, her words, and her encouragement, you know. So I'm a very humbled person and I speak my truth, but I usually more so in the private capacity when I do it. So if you need any type of service as far as like acceptance and commitment therapy or life coaching, anything that does with counseling, like JMP, she's good at counseling as well as I. If you need spiritual tools, I make products like body butters, oils, and things like that. I do everything all natural. So reach out to me. So Egg Lewis said, my question is, how can you love someone you don't care about, like I don't care about my colleagues? Well, here's the thing. Even though individuals may not accept your love, you keep operating out of love, because right now we're on the heart frequency. That's the heart chakra, right? And so the planet is moving, dealing with your intuition, your gut, and your heart. And your heart represents the color of green. So I would advise you or recommend you to wear more like green to keep you on the vibrational frequency of love. Everybody's not going to be receptive of your love, but you still continue to operate in that capacity, because guess what? When you continue to give love and you put that energy out, it's going to return to you 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 fold. You can't, because one thing I always say, you can only control your actions, your words, and your thoughts. Anything outside of you, you cannot control. Okay? Thank you, Turka, for joining, Julio for joining. Gratitude. So even though your colleagues may not care about you and you still show love, you still do that. You're doing the right thing. They have to deal with that. That's their journey. Okay? That's their journey. You still operate out of love, because what's from the heart reaches the heart. Okay?
Absolutely.
And I'm seeing the comments for people that want to join the live, but initially this was a live for myself and Sister Jan and Sister Kia and Sister Listerin. But I'm going to allow my Sister Jan to speak, and then for those that are requested to be in the live, I will give you the opportunity to come in if Sister Jan said it's okay. But like I said, I don't deal with chaotic energy. Thank you, Kevin 1977, for joining. Gratitude from Chicago. I lived there for Chicago for 7 years. So gratitude for joining the live. Sister Jan, would you like to say something in regards to that?
Yes. I want to say there's a such thing as high and low frequency. So if you see somebody that's on a lower frequency, basically you're going to keep vibrating at your highest frequency form, because people with usually low vibration frequency, their goal is to try to diminish your light. So that's why, you like, for me, I'll give my example. I come into a room, I vibrate in high frequency. So a lot of times people look at me and they stare and they're threatened by it. And
Mm-hmm.
what I can tell you to move. I can tell you to show love and positivity no matter what. So if somebody's saying something negative, just be nice. Say something back with a positive.
Right.
At the end of the
Facts.
day, light beats darkness,
Facts.
no matter what.
Facts. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Thank you, sis, for sharing that. Oh no, Aja Lewis, you're not being chaotic. You just want to know more about the church. So what Sister Jane and I can do, we can do like a consultation with you or reach out to you personally for that, because I don't want to make it too broad when it comes to the church or be against religion, because I'm not on that. I'm not judgmental. And no, don't be sorry. No, 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 no. Love, sweetheart. No, no, no. We operate out of love. No, you didn't do anything wrong. That's why I asked my sister Jan to elaborate on. Thank you, Marquise Johnson, for joining. Gratitude. Thank you for the cross, heart, and smiley face that joined. You didn't have a name. Um, but yeah, so even if there are cross watchers here, you'll be able to receive the message. So, Sister Jan, what do you want to expound upon? Because I know Sister Listener is supposed to come in, and I know Sister Key was supposed to come in.
My topic. And I was gonna say, Angie Lewis, like, don't apologize. Just express your energy. Like,
Right,
if you have questions or anything, come to us. We're not here to judge. Like, we're not here to judge you. We're here to understand your viewpoint, what you're going through, and help you out. That's what we're here for.
right.
That's what we need to do. And then I can go ahead and get started with what I want to talk about. So I
Go
wanted to.
ahead. You got
Sorry
you
about
you
that.
you got the platform. You go right ahead and go ahead and do your thing. Go ahead and walk it like you talk it.
Okay, and I hope I pronounce your name right. Angie Lewis, please ask your questions. Feel free. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the music industry. Okay. So I
Yeah.
just want comments and just in general, what are your thoughts about the music industry? The majority of the music industry, do you think is positive? Do you think it's negative? And if it needs to be approved, what do you think can be approved from the music industry as a whole?
You asking me, correct?
Yes, and then I'm gonna
So
go ahead and.
okay, so basically, what I feel about, I feel like children and parents need to be aware of the music and the frequency that the children are listening to. Because at first, when we first started listening to music or anything, they gave us the 44 hertz, right? But
Mhm.
they took away the 432 hertz, which 432 hertz brings about positive energy and positive healing for the mind, body, and the spirit, right? So I would tell parents and children and anybody on this platform to be aware of what you're listening to, because frequency is vibration as well. It's mind, body, and spirit. It's just like if you listen to a certain song, right? Or rap music. I remember one time one of my pastors when I was in church, which was very relevant. He said that frequency is encoded into your mental, into your subconscious mind. So when it's encoded into your subconscious mind, then it becomes into your conscious mind, right? So then you can't be able to differentiate between the two unless you are really fully in tune with your psychic and your subconscious mind. So I think it was a video you was telling me about. I can't remember the name of it, about how children was listening to it and how the parents would agree to it. So can you please expound upon that? So that's my thought on that.
This song that came out, and I know it's a lot like families are listening to it. It's on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of parents dancing to it. It's called "Quiet on the Creek."
Okay.
So I noticed that is it's so much being played, but it's portraying negativity. It's basically portraying pedophilia. So in the music video, Saucy Santana, he goes into
Mm-hmm.
the talking about a little boy, how it's
Mm-hmm.
okay to have sex for money, for perfume, and for items.
Mm-hmm.
CL men, and they're giving
Right.
praise to pedophilia. That's
Right.
why it's important for parents to really watch and analyze and examine what these kids are listening to. Not only what kids are listening to them, but what they're also listening to as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you listen to negative music and pedophilia, right,
Right.
how would
Right.
it improve in our life?
Right.
They're basically supporting their agendas.
Right.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I and
pedophilia.
I and I, and I agree with you because Angela Lewis, she just stated that music is subjective, and it is. Because when you listen to music, it's subjective, but you have to make sure what music you listen to make it objective. It's just like taking a course. What music? What are the objectives? What are the learning outcomes you're going to receive from this music, right? And then Angie also stated that she feel like whatever type of music you listen to, it makes you happy or it just hits the spot. It's okay. I agree with that. That's why, like, see, for me, I'm old school, right? I love old school music. I love jazz. So I know that type of music, like Nina Simone, like Earth, Wind and Fire, and many other music. They operate off the 432 hertz frequency, right? So like she was saying, and like Sister Jan just said, listen to this type of music. We have to make our children aware and what make the parents aware. You said I'm a him and the dude in the picture. Angela's okay. Lyra Cypress. Okay, Lyra is here. Okay, I love me a little bit of everything. Thank you, DJ Craze, for joining as well. We give gratitude. So, my sister Jan, I'm not cutting you off. Your speaker is here, so I'm going to invite her. So I'm going to invite our C-Star listener in Cyprus. So you all give me just a moment. Okay.
I invited her too. There she
You
goes.
did? Hey,
Yeah.
listener, hey, C-Star.
Hey girl, how's it going?
Good,
Oh,
good. Look, let me say this. It was because of C-Star Jan that said, hey, Tamana, hey, New Nine Natural, you got to have listening on your platform. So I want to give thanks and gratitude and gratefulness for you to taking your time and your energy and your space to come to this platform to speak about what you're going to speak about. So what I want to do, thank you for the gift, Lorraine. Lovely. Gratitude. I say. I want you to give an introduction. And then if it's okay with Jan, I want Jan to allow you to go ahead and spill your tea. Drink your tea, spill your tea. You feel me? You
yes.
know? And then I'm gonna ask you some questions for you to expound upon. But once you get through with your introduction, I'm going to give you the information I received, and I'm gonna ask you some questions, and then we're gonna go from there. And then Sister Jan gonna come back in, and then I'm gonna come in at the end because like I'm a light worker. I'm a listener more so. I can talk, but I'm a listener. So I'm gonna give you all this platform, but I want to thank you for being on my platform and blessing this platform and being a blessing to it. So we have Sister Listerine Cypress here in the building. I wish I had my bell next to me, but I don't want to have to get up because I was going to ring my bells.
I got a bell somewhere in my garage, but I can't find it.
Hold on. Let me get my bell. Hold on. The ancestor said, ring the bell. Sound the alarm.
Yes, ring the alarm. Woo woo.
Okay, let me ring the bell and sound the alarm.
Yes, I love it. Woo-hoo.
Sound the alarm and then just make and be magical. Be magical. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
the magician, we are magicians. The magician is the one that make things happen. The magician of the oracle, the tarot, she holds the wand up to the ethers and then she hold it down to the planet of the earth. You feel me? So my sister, listen, I'm done. I'm done talking. I did my spiel on ringing the bells for you and make the alarm sound. So you go ahead and do your thing.
Yes.
Hey, Jen. Okay, so thank you. I just want to say thank you so much for, having me up here. I'm honored. I'm honored
Mm-hmm.
and humbled to be up here. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, the invite. I was sorry I'm late because I was running around, going to the store and stuff, and I kind of got caught up doing too much, trying to take the
Mm-hmm.
stuff out the truck. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I appreciate it. We've it's been quite a journey getting this together, and I love the fact that the matriarchs unite, and unification is where it's at. That's where we need to be heading.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not going to do it any other way. It's got to be that way. It's that
Mm-hmm.
way.
Facts.
That's what's meant. That's how it
Facts.
used to be, and that's the way it has to go back to being, really.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so for me, like I just try to be obedient. I try to obey the elders, obey the ancestors,
Mm-hmm.
and my big mama, and
Facts.
my aunt Undine, chiefly, and Aunt Nora, and my mom, and the grandmothers on the other side. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I try to be obedient, and they told me to keep working and keep researching, and that's what I did, and it led me to having
You
it
know
led
what?
me to
Wait,
a
look,
lot.
look. When you said that, I'm not cutting you off because I do the instruction. You know what song came to mind? See, I get to channel it sometimes. The song
Mhm.
came to me. Keep hustling, keep moving. On the Hustler soundtrack. Remember that
Yeah,
soundtrack?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it. So
Yeah.
that's what I've been doing, and it's led me to some good, and it's let me everything. I believe everything is good, even the
Yeah.
bad is good. Everything I'm thankful for. I
Mm-hmm.
definitely am thankful for everything I've been through. Like I said, the bad is good, the good is good. It's all good because
Mm-hmm.
everything has its purpose, right? Its intention. So
Mm-hmm.
even the horrible stuff, but basically, I started to get my family together when I started to learn about our genealogy, and then I started to reboot our nation, which
Mm-hmm.
I used to say repatriate, but people just don't get that. So I'm saying reboot, just taking that ancient people that your people were, and just
Mm-hmm.
reboot it. It never went away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It just needs a reboot, recharge, a reboot,
Mm-hmm.
recharge that nation, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's all I did. I brushed it off, I dusted off, and recharged it, and let the people know, let the immigrants know, and the colonizers know we never left. We're still here. They know
Mm-hmm.
it, but they didn't know that we now know it, right?
Exactly.
Because they had us in this whole mist of being imported and not having any place here except slavery, and had us thinking we was enslaved when it wasn't even the case really, the way they teach it to us. So
Mm-hmm.
I went ahead and got to what to do to what to the the usual strangers, the museums, the schools, and all that kind of stuff, and reannounced ourselves. But most importantly, I went and spent hours like calling my cousins and annoying them for like an hour, telling them
Mm-hmm.
about the truth about our history, and then I would go back in like a month or two and do it all over again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
and I was compelled to do it. I didn't have it wasn't a plan. It was just like I was being guided and directed, and I really felt like I was being bossed and taken over. That's what I really felt like. Like my
Right.
life was being taken over and I was being bossed. And so
Mm-hmm.
my family, my daughters got very upset with me. They didn't understand what was going on with me because like all of a sudden I'm doing all these extra things. I'm spending money. I'm getting tents. I'm buying ancient, old books from the 1600s, and I'm buying artifacts and stuff and acquiring things and trying to,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm organizing. I was compelled to organize a summit, and I said I'm going to have an indigenous summit, and I gotta have it. And I lost my job, and then
Mm.
everybody said, you're not gonna have the summit now." Oh yeah, I'm still having the summit.
You right.
I still have that
We're
summit.
not having
Yes.
that.
I reached out to people I ain't talked to in years. I said, "Can I borrow this? Can I get that? Can you loan me this?" I was like, "I'm still gonna put this stuff together." So by reaching out to people's the old friends and old strangers and whoever, I
Mm-hmm.
made that summit happen. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people showed up. It would have been more, but people started bad talking me because nobody had done a summit or a
Mm-hmm.
gathering of indigenous people, and they thought I was trying to like elbow into the to YouTube area and try to replace or displace, try to be something I'm not, or trying to get some. I was just trying to get my people together. That's all. And I knew that if I
Exactly.
could get them together, then other people could talk about it. They would understand it as not just their cousin talking to them. And then
Exactly.
also, our family's not the nation's not just my family. The strangers are the biggest part of the nation. So the
Mm-hmm.
strangers needed to come together that are part of the nation. It's a gathering of strangers, really,
Mm-hmm.
anybody,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that was also the other part of it, but they thought I was just trying to, and they put out there that I was some kind of, doing scamming, or I'm like, what in the world? Like
No,
that wasn't
you're
crazy.
walking in your purpose, because I tell people your pain become your purpose sometimes. We don't
It's
know that.
That's right.
And you know what? I looked at your page. I did my research. I was telling Sister Jane, and for those of you that's trying, excuse me, Sister Liz, for those of you that's requesting an invite for the join, give us a moment, because really this platform was for Sister Lisserine and Sister Pan to speak their truth authentically. So give us a minute once they do their spiel and drink their tea and go up and down and like digest, then we're gonna go from there. So, but I do want to thank each of you for joining. I give gratitude. So give us just a moment because this is our first live doing this, okay? So Sister Listener, so going back to what you were saying, I commend you for doing what you're doing. Like I really commend you for looking out for the indigenous people, the tribe, or the clan, and so forth. So Jan know me. I'm a note taker. I'm a professor by profession, right? So I type up notes and write up everything. So I was looking at I want to ask you a question about like, can you please expound on the narrative of the matrilineal structure of the tribe and the culture and the society of the Matriarch Indians? Can you do that for me?
Yeah. So basically, we've always, I could tell you, I could tell you from the standpoint of the people that I grew up with, all the way
Mm-hmm.
back, to what I've researched as well. And my
Mm-hmm.
family that I grew up, the people that I grew up with, my mother, her sisters, the aunties, everybody, my dad
Mm-hmm.
taught us that a woman can do anything. He taught us how to change tires, check
Mm-hmm.
the oil, do whatever, help him pump the brakes. They're gonna fix the brake. My dad said, "You can weld that plumbing and do the plumbing at your house." I said, "Daddy, I hadn't done welding, and since I saw you do welding, but he believed a woman we could do anything, right?
We
Because
can't.
he
And
saw his aunts. He had two aunts that built their own house. He had aunts that built their own house, right?
we
So,
can we
mhm,
can. I'm so
mhm,
in agree. I'm
mhm,
so in agreement with you, and I'm not cutting you
mhm,
off. But
Go ahead.
Sister Jane and one of my, I'm gonna tell you. Now, usually I'm a very private person, but I gotta tell you this. I been on TikTok for a minute. I have like a few people that I follow who have given me inspiration, and I'm gonna call their names out right quick because you brought that up right about women. One of my people is Ty Phoenix. I don't know if y'all know Ty Phoenix. She's good in astrology. She will give you the breakdown of your natal chart. She give you shorts on about women, how we need to be operating on, how we need to dance and groove to what we're doing to elevate ourselves. She also talk about like parasocial relationships and so forth, and how we are rising as so-called women or the indigenous women. That's one person. And then I also have some males like Sauce God. I have King's Apron, Blue Pill, Red Pill. I mean, Broad Hayes. It's just like we're becoming a collective. And so when Sister Jan was like, Tamana, can you please, or New Not Naturals, I want you to listen to Listen Ring. So when you started stating this about what your uncle was saying, your dad was saying, how the women are the ones that elevate and we do everything. 'Cause I told Sister Jan earlier, I said, you know what? Wise women build their home. A foolish woman tears it down.
Mhm.
We build it. We build it.
That's right.
You get what
That's
I'm
right.
saying? And we
Right.
are
Right.
we are the true matriarchs because we are the co-creators of
Mm-hmm.
everything. The
Right.
womb is sacred. It's a portal. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? That's why I tell women
Right.
like you can't. Now don't get me wrong. I haven't been perfect in my lifetime, but now that I'm about to be 51 in 3 weeks, God willing, I've learned in my early 20s like you can't allow men or anybody to have access to you totally like that because that pulls energy from you, and then you like, what the hell going on with me? What the hell? But we gotta
Oh, you
step.
a
We gotta step. We
You're a
gotta
Virgo
step.
too. We're both
You a Virgo
Virgos.
too? See what
Oh,
I'm saying?
I'm the 30th of August.
See,
What are
I'm
you?
September the 2nd.
Hey,
God
okay,
willing.
there. And my daughter's
Yeah.
September the 11th.
Yeah,
September
so
11th.
we got to step back into
Mm-hmm.
that. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just give thanks and gratitude for the ones that have came before me, my ancestors, the most. I just call it. I call it my spiritual squad. I try to call it so many names. I said, you know what, my spiritual squad. And Jan know, like me, her talk on the phone all the time, and I'm like, my intuition, I'm very intuitive. And so now that I'm stepping out on faith and I'm coming across women and the matriarchs that have inspired me, because I'm like, it wasn't a fear factor because I don't have no problem with public speaking or speaking my truth. It's just that I'm kind of like laid back. And I know we have to sometimes decode information. You know what I mean? Because you and I both know, and Sister Jan, we're gonna put the information out there, but sometimes everybody's not gonna be receptive to it.
Yeah.
So I thank you. I thank you, C Star. I thank you, C Star Jan. And I thank everybody for being in the live. How about that? I just
No
give
problem.
gratitude.
That's what we. Yes, that's
Yeah.
what we here for. That's what the community is here for. We're here to build. We're here to uplift, and we're
Right.
here. That's what we're here for each other. We're here to support each other.
And C Star, Listerine, we're gonna connect with you more because I have another question for you too. And thank you for answering that first question. So my next question is, hold on, because that's the Virgo in me. I'm very detail oriented, right?
Right.
You see, I got sticky notes and everything. So my next question, my next question is, what are your thoughts on the legal history and dispersal about the different tribes and the termination of it and the legacy of it?
Well, I mean, they lie more than anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot. The ancestors say that the first thing that what I got this week, I got a real message this week is that when they talk about the Seminoles, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a military alliance. It's not, it never was it's a military alliance. And many nations came together. That was like, it was like they would deploy the Seminoles. And that's why they're talking the Seminoles going to Mexico, because they would be deployed anywhere in the country or other places in the world. It was our military. It was the American Indian military. That's what the Seminoles were, right? So the fact that they organized themselves and claimed to be a Native Americans, that's false. It's a falsehood, because they were never a nation. And they know that they were never a nation named the Seminoles. They know that. I think they even admit that. But it's not even just some people just hanging out. It's a military installation. So the fact that they got some kind of $1 million back in the 70s, and then they parlayed that into ownership of all these different territories, and also having ownership of the Hard Rock casinos and all the restaurants. That actually, all that they parlayed, that actually is part of the military. That's our military money. That's our military money.
Exactly.
So that's the truth. Yeah.
Thank you, sis, for expounding up on that. So let me go ahead and go through the chat right quick, because I don't want to be rude, So let me go back and thank you for the gift, my sis, Listerin. So I want to thank Empress Shamari for joining. Smooth operator. Hold up, Tina. I just mentioned T.Y. Phoenix. I'm gonna have to invite her on the live. When I tell you all, Sister Listerine and Sister Jan,
Yes.
you all would love her. I'm gonna do her invite if she's not able to come in.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna invite.
great.
Yeah, y'all gotta hear
Yeah.
her. I'm telling you something. She did my whole negative chart, baby. And what I'm gonna tell you, that's why I'm stepping out on faith right now. Because 2 or 3 years ago, I was like, but hold up. Let me see if she'll come in the room. Let me see. She may or she may not, but let's see. And thank you, DJ Trap, for coming in, and Empress Charmarie. Let me see if she gonna come in. Let me see. I don't know if she's gonna come in or not, because when I say she's a force to be reckoned with. It's like watching Star Wars and you be like, wait a minute, what she say? What's she doing? Like, for real. Let me see if she's gonna come in the upper room and talk to us. I'm gonna see. Let me see for a minute. I sent her an invite. Let me try to send it again. She may come in, she may not. I'm trying to see, because I know she's a busybody. But go ahead, Sister Listerine. If she come in, then we'll go from there. But go ahead, finish expounding what you was talking about.
Yeah, so you were asking about the history. So the history,
Yeah.
so the other thing is that the fact that the greatness, the fact that we were flying and doing all kinds of it, and they hid everything, and they piece by piece are trying to figure it out. And as they do come out with our ancient inventions, they come out with what they claim that they discovered, but they're just remixing what we've done. They've always remixed what we've done. They do it in our faces,
Facts. Facts.
The whole judicial system, the courts, that was us. The
Mm-hmm.
way they did it, it was the king, right? It was the king
Mm-hmm.
in the church, the king in the
Mm-hmm.
church, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was their judge and jury. The people that made decisions was the king's court and the church. They didn't have a system of a courthouse where the people could come. If I had an issue with you, we stood
Mm-hmm.
there, we talked it
Mm-hmm.
out, and then somebody or would decide, or a group of us would decide, you know,
Mm-hmm.
who was right, right? That
Exactly.
existed. When we look at the early colonial records, they try to act like that was them in it. No, it was us, because you got
Mm-hmm.
Indians deciding who was chief in Virginia. You got
Right.
court case where they're trying to decide who's chief. That's not colonial business. That's Indian
That's
business,
Indian
right?
business. Correct. Correct.
Right. So we was
Correct.
handling our Indian business, and then like there's even things where they called colonizer wrote a book, and he said he couldn't believe it. They had a one Indian, he killed another man's brother, and so they said, you we're gonna have to execute you, and he was like, yeah, I know it. They didn't have to tie him up.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to do nothing. He just stood there. He stayed there the night. They gave him a good meal. They gave him something to drink, and then the next day they executed him.
Yeah, and then you know what, and that's what's crazy. Like a lot of people don't know, like if they actually tap in. If you go back and watch the Nat Turner movie, right? They didn't have
Mhm.
time at that time, but I mean, like they didn't have time at that time. They went by the moon cycles to know about how they were going to move across the land,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I tell people now, like we really shouldn't be saying what time we're gonna do something. Bad boys and girls move in silence. Silence is the best teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and for you to
Mm-hmm.
elaborate on how the Indians then were doing things, you know what I'm saying? We didn't know then not to operate in silence because, of course, you know who was watching. You know who was
Right.
watching. So now,
Well, I mean, yeah, that's right.
so
I don't call the Nat Turner. That was an Indian war. They
yeah,
just
it was.
masquerade. That was an Indian war,
It was.
and it was a major Indian war. And the reason it got set off was because we were litigating. We were actually litigating. If you look at the court cases that were occurring right
Mm-hmm.
around that time, there was a court case in Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
and there also was a court case in. Well, I think they actually did several cases in Georgia, but it actually related
Mm-hmm.
to different territories. But we were
Mm-hmm.
litigating about land, and we
Right.
were in our identity. We were having a bunch of identity cases where we
Mm-hmm.
were saying we are Indians. We're not Negroes. We're not colored. We Indians. So
Mm-hmm.
that was happening at that time. And
Oh
then
yeah.
after we did those cases, a lot of land cases came up, and we won them. And the winning of those cases, that's why we ended up in war, because they were like, they weren't trying to give up what they tried to daggone usurp.
Exactly.
So that's why they talk, and it's really weird. Why would you talk about a random uprising, right? When we were warring the entire time. But
Mm-hmm.
that was such a big actual battle. That was such a
Mm-hmm.
big battle, and it was so significant because they were about to lose we were about to kick them out of there. We were about to kick them
Mm-hmm.
out,
Mm-hmm.
period. They were about to go because we were fighting for we fought and we won our land back. So
Mm-hmm.
we've been litigating because we're very civilized. They're not. We're very
Right.
civilized. That's
Right.
why we litigated and said, okay, come on now. You got this. This is us. This is us, right? What are you
Mm-hmm.
doing? So we've
Mm-hmm.
been litigating. We are very, very like civilized. They are not. They are savage. So they lie, they cheat, they steal. But we are also the type of people that we never give people characteristics that we don't have. So if we don't lie and cheat and steal, we think others are like us, but they're not. It's
Exactly.
hard. It's hard for us
Exactly.
to even conceive that they are as corrupt in spirit. You know what I mean?
Right.
That
Right.
as they are.
Right.
We can't believe it. Because we say,
Right.
well, why would they do that?
Right. Right.
Why?
Right.
That's
Right.
what we do.
Right. Let me look at the comments, sisters. Hold on for a minute. So we got Empress J Marie, you a Virgo. Okay, 910. Awesome. Trap King, thank you for joining. Thank you, Lyran, for sharing the live. Thank you for the village name 51 for joining. Thank you, Everything R&B, for joining as a guest. Thank you for Empress Shamar again for joining. I give gratitude for you all joining. I don't think Ty Phoenix was going to be able to make it, but let me see here. Um, this is the Village Mama 51. Sister Jan, do you want to expound upon anything?
I just had a question for Lyra and Suppress. Can you tell me about the case that you're going through now and how corrupt these immigrants are on this land?
Yeah,
Can
that's
you
a good question.
talk more about that? Because that needs to be heard.
Yeah, yeah.
They have done so much.
You all expound on that. I'm gonna go to the ladies' room, but go ahead and expound upon it.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. They know that, for some years that I've been talking about the land. It's not like I'm a stranger to the territory. I've been a presence. I had done several summits, and every time I've talked to the media before, they got upset because we actually took action, right? But this is the other thing I didn't tell you, though, Jen. I didn't tell you that in doing research years ago, I found out there was a family, a very light complected family that is they're connected to me, but they claimed the land in the 70s and 80s, right?
Wow.
And they were given a total of 650 acres for $0, but didn't
Wow.
tell nobody, not even their first cousins.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't tell anyone, right? So it's like they made a deal because one of their brothers went to law school, and I guess he came back and was like, "Yeah, we're Indians," and they have straight hair, like they're light skinned with straight hair, right? A lot of them, and so they look the quote unquote, what the colonizers like to say is the part, but they know that the real Indian, but the colonizers in the territory, they know who the real Indians are, and they know that the real Indians are all these Negroes on the Eastern Shore. But they, they know. But this particular family took action in the 70s and 80s and got secret land. But the thing about getting land to given to you, and you want to keep it secret, is that you really can't do nothing with it because then you don't want nobody to know about it, right?
Yeah.
So for like over 20, 30 years, more than 30 years, they didn't do nothing with it. They didn't do nothing with it until I called them out on it and said, I know what you got. I know you got 650 acres, right? And after that, they went out and they leased it. They got some money for it. They went ahead and leased it off to somebody. But before that, they were trying to just hide it and sit on it.
Yeah.
But so they had done that, and so I was aware of that. I was aware of the fact that these people out here they know our genealogy. These particular white tea people, they know who we are and they know our history better than we do.
Yeah.
So when I started to actually come out there and realize that, oh, wait a minute, we got all these patents, we have all these crown patents, and it belongs to us forever. It belongs to us
Mm-hmm.
forever. And so when I did that, I was like, well, how do I go about suing, or what do I got? How do I claim it? So was put in touch by with Tomahawk Tony, put me in touch with Amani Bay, who had sued the government, and when he
Mm-hmm.
was working for the government, and he had sued for his grandmother's house and won. And so I asked him, he lives in another country, to help me figure out how to do this with this patented land. And so I paid him, and we started the process. So the process began with first, I actually asked the clerk of the court to accept my declaration of patent.
Mm-hmm.
Just bring it into the forefront. Let's bring it forward to the modern times and declare it under the recharged Accomack. You know what I mean? Accomack
Mm-hmm.
Indians. And so she refused to do it, which is really not lawful or legal. She doesn't have the right to refuse it just
Mm-hmm.
because she doesn't want us to reclaim the land. If there was something a defect wrong with the paperwork, that's her grounds to turn it away. But she can't turn it away because she knows that it's going to impact her friends and their property. That's not lawful, but that's exactly what she did, right? So she told me, "Oh, you can't do it. This is not going to work." She told me all kinds of stuff. You can't give me legal advice. That's not your job either, right? Especially when I didn't ask for it. So basically, we went back to the drawing board, talked to him, and he helped me draw up a quit claim deed. He based it on my particular genealogy because he knew that my genealogy, based on what I had given to him, was Indian Town Park. And also, he said, "Well, what about your ancestor that's at PNC Bank?" And I was like, "Well, I hadn't really thought about that because really all I wanted was the park because there's a burial ground there, and I wanted to protect it. They played disc golf on top of the burial ground, and the government had told the county that they were supposed to protect that burial ground, but they desecrated it. And so I'm like, that's what I want. I wanted to be able to protect the burial ground, maybe make a nice indigenous experience center where there's agriculture and, we got animals and all kinds of things, people to experience our indigenous animals and plants and everything, right? And some of our foods, maybe have a little a tea center, like a tea bar or something where we had tea and cornbread or something like that. But anyway,
Right.
you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. My iPad fell.
Oh,
I got it
Lord.
on. I got it on
That
my.
was
I
scary.
actually got it on my phone lifter, but I tried to put it on my tripod. It wouldn't fit, so No, I'm okay. Everything good.
Okay.
Just making sure. Like, oh my God.
I was like, Lord,
No,
what happened to her?
no, I'm good. It just fell down. No,
Okay.
y'all thought I fell.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
You
lot.
went black. I was like, oh my goodness.
No, no, oh no, that's the iPad that fell. Y'all know how these devices be working.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness. That was
My
okay. I'm
iPad,
glad
cause
you're all right.
see, I usually put it on my tripod, but I got it on my iPhone stand.
Okay.
Yeah, to give it more stability, but it want to act up right now. But no, I'm good. I'm good. We still flowing. No, we
So
still flowing.
basically, I litigated. I know I actually claimed it quickly. We quick claimed just the park and PSC Bank. PSC Bank was because Amani he's a French Huguenot. He's not an Indian. He knows he's not an Indian. And so the Europeans are greedy. They are greedy. They're different. You know what I mean? We tend to not be as money motivated, right? But
Right.
he wanted me to claim PNC Bank because then he could claim at the end the money that we get, it's a part, a portion of that, right? So I was like, fine. So we did a combination of the park and Indian and PNC Bank. Okay. So when I quit claimed it, the clerk refused to actually make it actually transfer, right? And so we ended up having to file suit. So he had me file an ejectment, which in retrospect, that wasn't the right case to file. And now that I'm experienced as a pro se, I wouldn't have used that. I would have filed a quiet title instead. But not knowing that's what he was doing the paperwork, so that's what it was. But so he actually did the paperwork, and I was doing filing it in Virginia, and then for like about 3 months, but I was doing all this research because I was finding fraud deeds, and
I
they had
bet.
made up historical deeds, and they
I
had
bet.
they was taking off stuff for $0 and doing all judges was taking property for nothing and giving it to their friends. I found all kinds of stuff when I
Yeah,
started
because
researching.
they have an oath to live by with their Medicaid card, and you can actually request a card when they do anything that's fraudulent.
Right. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
but I mean, so much. And so then I had to hire a handwriting expert to look at some of the deeds because I knew it was fraud because it was obvious. But the handwriting expert said, there ain't no way, woman, I can look at 1800 signature and know it. I said, just look at it, please. Just look at it. And
Right.
then he was like, yeah, it's 99.9% fraudulent.
That's what they've been doing this
He
whole
bust
time.
he bust out them 99.99 percentages on you. Like we already know the number 9 means completion, so there it is.
Right, right. So I was like,
There it
oh wow.
is.
So yeah, so there was that, and then I also had to get, somebody that was I
Excuse me
couldn't
y'all for a
find
minute.
anybody. Yeah, I couldn't get anyone to do the surveying because they would not do it. To find a surveyor, we need to get our young people to be surveyors, right?
Yeah, we do.
Surveying, we need surveying, but now they can do it with drones and stuff. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
surveying is necessary. To get the land back and make sure we got our our coordinates right, right?
Exactly.
So I hired it. I couldn't find nobody in the whole state of Virginia. I went as far as Tennessee. I found one brother. He said, "I think I'm the only one. You ain't gonna find one." He said, because either it's me or I had to teach him, and I ain't taught nobody this out there. You know what I mean? And he said, no, there's not surveyor. We're not there. And I said, this is a problem. I said, because all these colonizers ain't trying to let me survey nothing, right? They're not trying to help me survey not a thing. They're refusing before I even open my mouth to talk to them on the phone, right? So I ended up finding a surveyor that's at a distance that he was able to look at the maps and the coordinates and tell me with a certainty that PNC was indeed on my ancestors' land, right? So I got him to certify that he was a forensic, not just a surveyor, but a forensic, something else. I forget. But anyway, he was like an engineer, a forensic engineer and architect, engineer, and a surveyor. So he was both. So so he actually certified it. And then I ended up telling Amani that I'd go ahead and take it from there. Him and my sister had it out. And she was like, my sister's doing all this work and you trying to get this stuff at the end. And I don't even know. But anyway, so basically I ended up asking him, what can I pay you to leave and be friends and then be able to come back and ask you questions if I need to? What will make you feel whole? You know what I mean? And that's what we have to do. We have to make people feel whole and pay people their worth. You know what I mean? A lot of times we want to shortchange each other. We can't do that. We have to sow into each other. We have to give more if possible, right? If possible, let's give everybody more. Let's celebrate each other. Let's feed, like I said, sow into each other. So basically, so that's how I ended up taking over as pro se in my own case officially, not just on the record and him in the background. So for the next year or two, I was doing the case, but they dismissed it on the grounds of it being, oh no, what happened was it was a brother that was my judge for a year and a half. And then at the last moment, all of a sudden, he was replaced by a new judge, not just a new judge, a judge who they just made a judge, like within months of her taking over for him. They made her a judge. She took over on my case, and she waited like a couple months, and then she dismissed it on the backgrounds of it being a statute of limitations. And there is no statute of limitations for patents; they're forever.
They're forever,
And
right.
they're forever. So she applied. What I didn't really realize is that by saying it was a statute of limitations, she applied state law to a federal issue as a federal judge in a federal court. Now, she might want to apply state law, but if you apply state law and it subordinates the federal, and it violates the supremacy clause, and it violates our Indian Non-Intercourse Act, which really protects our right to land back.
The right land, right.
So she did that, and so really it was a fraud upon the court when she dismissed it on those grounds. But what the Commonwealth did was they put it in a paper like, yay, it's dismissed, like it's over, to make all the rednecks feel like it's okay in the world, right? all the redneck, all the land developers and all the land stealers felt safe because they put in the paper bold, it's been dismissed, like that was the end. And that's not the end. If you
Exactly.
dismissed it on grounds, first of all, it's a patent, so it can't be the end, but it also can't be dismissed because can't be the end because dismissal don't mean the end or nothing. It ain't the end. It
Exactly.
just means you just didn't want to adjudicate it.
You
You just
just
let it go.
right.
Right. But but see, that's the thing. They mislead their own people. They mislead their own people because they want to act like they the rescue rangers and they got this, but they don't have it because
Mm-hmm.
they've been frauding the whole time, and you can't maintain it anymore. Not when the Negro Indians know the truth. Not when the
Right.
Indians know.
Right. Because
You can't.
I looked at my like my ancestors like birth certificate and death certificates, right? And I'm like, you got Negro, you got black, you got colored. And I'm like, everybody do. Like, how many names you gonna give us? If we are made in his image, then call us what we are. You feel me? Like how many
Right.
don't know other race or ethnicity have a changed name, and I wish our people
Right.
would know that. Like, how can I be two continents? How can I be African American? That don't make sense to me. Make it make sense.
Right. Exactly.
But everybody else stick to their same ethnicity. But
Right.
we have been given so many names.
Right.
And I'm like, people
Exactly.
need to really wake up. And like I said, I don't care if people agree to disagree with me. I'm going to speak my truth and be authentic. And I'm so glad that you are expounding upon this because it needs to be said because we are the law of the land. And that goes back to what me and Sister Jane was talking about. I wish Kid was here. But the building of the rise and the return of the matriarch, the rebirth, because it takes the women, the mothers, the grandmothers, but even for us now, because the ancestors live within us and the Most
Mhm.
High and has given us the opportunity to say, hey, you know what the fuck to do. Excuse my French, well, it could be whatever you want to
Right.
call it. But
Right.
we know what to do because we was foraging. We lived off the land. Even
Right.
from the herbs and the roots and so forth, the healing
Mhm.
mechanisms. You
Right.
see what I'm
Right.
saying? We didn't
Right.
go through like if you got sick, you knew to go get you some dandelion to cleanse your kidneys or liver. You knew if you
Mhm.
had respiratory issues, you knew to drink some peppermint tea or some mullein.
Right.
You knew if you had a
Right.
headache, put some peppermint on it, or you knew to sit there
Mhm.
and soak in the tub and remove the toxins out your body. You knew if you had
Right.
eyesight problems, go make you some fennel seed
Mhm.
oil or some fennel seed liquid and put it over your eyes and wash your eyes. We
Mhm.
got to get back to that because everything that they're putting out now is really not good for us, especially if you're
It's
not.
it's it's killing your kid. It's
It's
killing your
killing
body.
us. It's
It's
killing
killing.
the body.
Yes. It's killing the body.
It's
Yes.
killing
That's
the
right.
body. And go back to
Yes.
your herbs. I have people laughing at
Yes.
me like, "Oh, you doing this, you doing that, Tammy, whatever, this and
Mhm.
that." But I'm like, God willing, I'll be 51 in 3 weeks, and I don't look it. And guess what? I have not been
Mhm.
sick.
Right.
I
Right.
give thanks and gratefulness and gratitude. I don't have like
Right.
pain in my body. I can
Right.
still do a cartwheel. I can still do a
Right.
split.
Oh. Okay. Well.
You
Whoa.
feel me? And I'm not bragging out of ego. I'm just saying you.
I love it.
I'm just saying you allow you
I
see
love it.
you like Bobby Hemmings said. Bobby Hemmings said, and Dr. Deborah Blair and Dr. Phil
Mhm.
Valentine, all of them that came before. They told us if you speak to your DNA and your cells within your body, they will regenerate. If you get out there in that sun and you sunbathe, because the sun
Right.
is vitamin D, but it's also
Right.
healing. And people be
Right.
thinking I'm weird because I be like, I'm going out in the sun and sunbathe. Guess what? I'm
Right.
receiving all the energy and the healing because if I
Right.
have a headache, that sun is gonna heal that headache. If I'm feeling sick or if I feel like I get a cold, which I
Right.
don't do, but it's gonna heal me because that's putting
Right.
that's the true electrolytes, the true
Right.
hydration for the body, the mind, and the spirit, and the mitochondria.
Absolutely.
And for women,
Mhm.
we need to step out in the sun. We need to connect with nature. That's the mitochondria.
Mhm.
We need to connect with the nature spirits. That's
Mhm.
what's
Yeah.
gonna
Go
heal
out there.
you.
Be barefoot. Ground yourself.
Barefoot, I be talking to
Hug
the
a
trees.
tree.
I hug them.
Mhm.
I give them fruit
You
and
know.
everything. And I know my neighbors be
Sit
like,
down
"What
on
the?"
that ground. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let you.
yeah. And
Mhm.
if I had the opportunity, I'd be out there buck ass naked too.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just
Put your butt to the ground. Get that. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Get your butt on
Right.
that
I
ground.
tell people like if
Hmm
I had to if I had a
Get you a
battle,
big skirt.
girl,
Get your big skirt and get down on that ground.
okay,
Ground
baby. If I had
yourself.
if I had the opportunity to have my own patio, I'll just be like the energy of Bastet. I just pull up my skirt and let the sun hit it and let it hit all that
Hmm
sacred womb. You feel me? And let it heal.
That's right. That's right. And it will. It
And
will.
it,
That's
it
right.
will. And people think
Yeah.
I'm crazy. I'm like, no, you the crazy
No.
one for not listening because I guarantee
No.
you, if you're not listening
No.
to me now when the shit go down, you're gonna have to come back
hmm
and say, you know what, Tamana or New Nine Naturals, you know what, you was right. I know. I'm sharing this
Yeah.
information because I put on Facebook many years ago. I'm like, there's a shift in the atmosphere, and I'm a dreamer. And sister
That's right.
Pan know this. Jan know
hmm
this. I'm a dreamer, so I sometimes dream things before they happen. I'm like, y'all better get to doing what y'all supposed to do. Do y'all know it's a blessing to have somebody in your life to be resourceful to give this information, but y'all think it's demonic and evil, and it's not?
No. No.
yeah.
It's
No. Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You have been
Yeah,
hoodwinked.
we're big time herbologists, right?
Right.
So my daddy, when he was 89, the doctor said, he said, I gotta go to the kidney doctor. I said, why? He said, they said my kidneys is bad. I said, but you're 89, you got 89-year-old kidneys. He said, well, no, the doctor said I gotta go to kidney doctor because it's really bad. So I said, I'm going with you. So when is that? And I drove up to New Jersey and I'm like, okay. I said, what is this? I said, wait a minute, Daddy. What they got you on? They got you on this hydrochlorothiazide that kills your kidneys. I said,
Right.
first of all, this is going straight in the garbage. That's
All
going
he
in the
needed some
garbage.
all he needed some dandelion and some milk
I gave him
thistle.
dandelion. I gave him that dandelion. Yeah, milk thistle is
Dandelion and
good
milk
for the
thistle.
liver.
Yeah.
So I gave him some dandelion. I had him on milk thistle as well, but I had him on dandelion. Well, no, what I did was we went to the doctor. I already had changed everything out. Gave him big old poster boards to tell him what herbs he needed to be taking, right? And I told him to start drinking water, no more coffee, because he was cheap, so he would drink. I said, Daddy, how much coffee you drink? A lot. I said, because I knew it, because he's cheap, and it was
Right.
winter. And he didn't want to run the heat. He'd rather drink warm coffee than dad gonna run the heat. And I was like, okay, no, you drinking water. You can drink some cranberry juice, but that's it. You ain't drinking no more, none
Right.
of that.
Right.
So
Right.
he was
Right.
like, oh,
Right.
okay. But he was the kind of man that you tell him, or I tell him, he would listen, right? So then we went to the doctor. The doctor's like, that hydrochlorothiazide is perfectly fine. It doesn't kill your
No,
kid.
it's
I said,
not.
yes,
No,
it
it's not.
does. Yes, it
Like,
does. And so,
like what's the meme that they be putting on Facebook and TikTok? Delete, delete, delete.
right, exactly. So he was like, so I was like, okay,
Delete,
yeah,
delete,
Daddy.
delete.
We let the office. I had already threw that stuff away. So I said that ain't gonna happen. I said, but what we're not gonna do? I'm not gonna take you off of everything. I'll leave you on the blood pressure medicine that doesn't damage you. But I said, I said, but what I'm gonna do is give you dandelion. It's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna give you a lot of the big dose. And you take it early, but you're not gonna be on no more Lasix or none of that other stuff, right? Just the dandelion root, right? And so why tell me why come in a year later when he was 90 his kidneys improved?
I'm telling you, look, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Even if you do like a 3-day detox,
hmm
everything reverses itself. The
Right.
body heals itself. When you speak
hmm
to your cells and you speak to to your DNA, and you
hmm
speak to your mitochondria, you speak to your mental, you speak to your psychic, you speak to your neurons, your neurotransmitters, and your axons. Now I'm going to psychology. When you speak to
hmm
those things, you speak life into it, you're speaking life into your whole body.
Right.
That means
Right.
everything has to transform and everything
hmm
would be transmuted.
hmm
You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So thank you for
Right.
sharing that. Hold on, give me
hmm
just a moment. Let me give thanks because people still join. So how many people we got in the live? I can't even tell. Jan, can you see?
It should be like 831 likes so far.
Oh,
834,
what?
824 likes, girl. We getting it. The group of nature, we on
Y'all
fire.
tap the screen though. Don't just
Y'all
watch.
tap the
Tap the
screen.
screen.
Please tap the
Tap the
live.
screen, please.
Please tap the live. Thank you, Sister Elizabeth. Yeah, tap the live. Give a gift. Whatever. Just tap the lives.
Right.
Thank you.
Tap the
Gratitude.
live. Give
Tap
her
the
a heart
live.
me. Send
Share
her
it.
a heart me. Share it.
Share
Yeah.
it. Thank you,
hmm
Indigenous New York for liking the live, listening. Thank you, Rob. Oh my girl in here, Rob and Mo D. Who else we got in here that I missed out? Jan, let me know if you see something about a listening. Indigenous NYNY. She said, hello, Chief. Who you talking
Like,
about? Oh, she
you
said,
can't
hello,
like
Chief.
hear like that. Like, okay, I think
Okay.
so. Mr. Restic has joined.
You said who now?
Mr. Restic, it said he had joined.
Who joined?
Mr. Restic, but then he's gone now.
The resting. Who is that?
Mr. Restic, I have no idea.
I don't
He's
know, but
gone.
let's keep forward. Let me see who I want to. If you all are you all okay to bring somebody in the invite?
Yes, we are fine. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so I'm going
Yes.
to invite Rob and Mo D to the
Yes.
invite. I'm going to invite Golden Aura as a guest, and then I do everything in threes. And then I'm going to invite the Village Mama 51, and we'll just go from there. And guess what? We're gonna keep it cordial now because I'm about structure, no chaos. So I've sent you all an invite. You all can join if you choose to, because I'm going to probably end in the next 30 minutes. But this is so lovely. Listen, me, you, and Jan got to connect
Yes.
collectively and individually outside of the social media platform. And like I said,
Absolutely.
I just give thanks and gratitude. Oh, it's 14K in here. My,
Yes. We
you
doing
can
good. We
ring
killing it.
my
Yes.
bell, ring my bell, ring a ding
Yes.
ding.
Hey. Hey. Hey, Father Life.
Hi,
Hello,
Harry. Thank you for
Harry.
joining.
Hi, Harry.
Thank you for the gift. Thank you. Oh my, this is so amazing. I feel like singing Luther. It's so amazing to be loved. I follow you to the moon and sky above. This is
Yes.
amazing. Look how the matriarchs coming in, and we got our patriarchs coming in supporting it.
Yes.
Right. That's
I'm
what's
loving it.
happening.
I sent the invite to the individuals. I don't know if they're gonna come in.
I hope they come in.
I know,
You want to
right?
hear
Thank
their
you.
other perspectives as
I
well.
know. Thank you, Harry, for sending the heart me gratitude. And you all hit the heart me's, press the likes. I don't ask for money or anything. I'm just grateful and thankful that you all are joining the live with C-Star Lorene, C-Star Jan. This is gratitude. This is like my first live, so evidently the spirit wanted this to happen, and it's flowing.
I love it.
I love it.
And then we ain't getting we ain't get kicked out like Facebook did.
Right. right. Thank you, Harry, thank you, Harry, again for the heart me. Thank you for reposting the video, and thank you for joining the live, and also thank you for following me. Gratitude. Let me ring my bell.
Yes. Hey. 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 Hey.
Hey, I love it. I love it. I was trying to wait on those invites, but I'm gonna come in and say something right quick. So because Sister Listerine was talking about the land, indigenous people, and the tribal aspect, right? This is where I come in talking about the psychological and the spiritual rise, return, and rebirth of the matriarchs, right? So don't mind me. I go off my notes. I can talk at the top of my dome, but I'm one of those people, like I'm a Virgo, so I'm very detail oriented. So I'm gonna read off my notes. You see highlights, so it ain't like I'm just sitting there saying something. So basically, when I talk about the concept of the rise and return of the matriarch, it refers to the increasing visibility, influence, and leadership of women within the families, the communities, organizations, and societies, right? So we know that in traditions, we were the knowledge keepers, we were the healers, we were the educators, and we were the leaders who helped maintain the communities in our culture traditions, as Sister Listener was stating earlier, right? So we have to be able to return the matriarch in regards to being the replacement of the patriarch. None against our men, our kings, our princes, our prince, or our emperors, or high priests, or anything like that. We're just saying once that structure is fulfilled, then that brings balance and harmony back to the planet, to the universe, because the matriarchs are the co-creators, and we know that we have the true patriarchs that support the matriarchs. It can't do nothing but bring fruition, okay? It can bring about healing aspect and everything. So I want to say that. So I'm going to ask Sister Jan if she wants to say anything or expound upon anything. I'm going to do about 30 more minutes. And
Okay.
we're gonna do this again. I did send invitations out to those that wanted to come in the room, but I didn't receive anybody coming in. Thank you, Grump07 for joining.
Yes, I'll just say we as women, we are so powerful that they literally had to lie about our history. They had to tell
Right.
us nothing. Everything was based on a patriarchal society. That is not true. In America, women operated, women owned, women had businesses, women had land. It was the woman that had the power.
Mm-hmm.
We must go back to what we originally were, and we must
Mm-hmm.
stand on ground.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's all I had. That's all I had to say.
Yeah, and that goes back to I don't know if Sister Kill is here or Sister talked about the matriarchs and brother Chief Rod Hayes, Dr. Phil Valentine, Red Pill and Blue Pill, B Dale, and I can name so many more. Magic LaCroix, it's so many. Sister Myra, you know what I'm saying? Radio Rich. I'm just going off the top of my dome right now for those that I listen to and follow on YouTube. They're talking about the matriarch and the return of the matriarch. It's nothing bad about that, nothing sad, because we're here to support our kings and our emperors and our brothers. You know what I'm saying? But we have to do the work and go within, and then once we do the work, they'll be able to walk beside us. You know what I'm saying? And be able to do what they need to do to support us. And everything will fall in line. So right now, everything is out of alignment because we've been told so many different things according to so-called religion or tradition. We got to tap back into their mother, their big mama energy. Because big mama here clear. Big mama like, look, wait a minute now. And I know me, I carry big mama energy. I'm a Cancer Moon Virgo sun. So I know I carry that energy. And that's the reason why I got on this. I got to do it. And Jan was like, come on, sis. I'm like, I'm kind of private. I'm not shy. And she was like, come on. I said, you know what? And she was like, well, I'm going to tell you about Sister Lissa Ring. So when she came, I'm like, okay, it all ties together. It's
Yeah.
just like the scripture say, all things work together for the good of them that love the Most High. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And I'm just thank you all. Like, I guess, okay, Jan, am I reading this right? Alyssa, we're at 2.3K.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed. You're reading it right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
We
Oh,
good.
I know, right? We gotta give thanks to the Most High and the ancestors in
Yes,
our
thank
spiritual
you.
squad.
Need it.
We
Well
got,
needed.
huh?
I
Did
said
I
well
lose the ice
needed.
cream?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
I didn't lose
yes.
it. I left it
So
out
thank
about
you,
it.
and continue to like the live, share it, repost, or whatever the case may be. But I will guarantee you this, C Star Jan, C Star Lorene, we will be coming back to do another live. You all
Yes.
tap in, follow, and share our page. You can share their social media. My social media is going to be Tamena Ali Bay on Facebook, and it's the same as New Nine Naturals on IG. But this is my first live, and I'm just excited. I give gratitude. I feel so calm and peaceful. My nervous system is still regulated, so there was not no chaotic energy. I felt the love and the energy. Okay. And so if you need to reach out to me, you can. Like I said, I do oracles, I do channeling. I am an active and acceptance coach, life coach, or therapist. I also do assessments when it comes to therapy for his relationships and so forth. I have I'm a jack of all trades, so I'm not going to put everything out here in the open. I'm like Jonathan. I don't want to be like Jonathan Taylor. Everything out in the open. I want to keep some things to myself, and you will find out as we go. And then you can reach out to Sister Jan. She's into mental health. She's also a channel person too, spiritualist. And you already heard Sister Lorena. I ain't got to tell you about her. Like, she already told you what it is. So there it is. So, when the Most High and the ancestors give you resources to use them. And when you're uplifted, move forward and uplift others, because that's what we have to do for Mother Earth and Daughter Earth and nature and all so forth, and Big Mama to be pleased with what we're doing. and that's going to
Oh,
bring healing to the land. And when I say healing to the land, that means it's going to bring healing to the land, and we receive our land back.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Will.
Who's this? Said
man.
Fabio. He said, "Is your dad a baker, or why are you a cutie pie?" Are you referring to me, Fabio? Or are you talking about the other sea stars?
Yeah. Oh, don't forget about the oracle. The oracle.
Oh, you trying to
Yeah,
give
we
What?
got to
me?
get that. We
You
got to
trying to
get that.
you trying to give me a pull intuitive card?
Yes, let's go.
Okay, let me pull a card. Let me give something for the collective. Okay,
Yes.
Oh, nice.
let me give something for the collective.
Okay.
If it's not appropriate, don't say it, right? So we're gonna ignore that message. Keep it.
So I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna pull two cards. I'm gonna pull a Akashic and I'm putting a Akashic card because Sister Listerine was talking about the land, right? So if any of you know, you have to go back to your Akashic record, right? Because that's where your record, your memories lies. That's in your subconscious, and once you tap in, it'll come forward to your conscious, right? So
Yes.
the Akashic has all your memories, but because they, by tradition, they suppressed it, you have to tap back in. So I'm gonna pull a card to see what spirit, the ancestors, the Most High, my spiritual team and squad got. And if anybody trying to project any type of negative energy, the evil eye, or anything against me or my sea stars or anybody in this chat, we're going to transmute that energy 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100 fold with good things of abundance, prosperity, healing, love, and protection, peace, love, and harmony. Ashe. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. All right, we got Mo, Jan Fire came in. I think it's Jan Fire.
Yeah, Mo just signed a wellness.
And then we got
Rocky Mitchell joined.
Mr. Join.
Hi guys.
So the card came out was opportunity always come to those who are prepared. Always be prepared. And when the opportunity comes, be brave enough to grab it and it will open up new possibilities. Now, I'm going to tell you something. This resonated with me because Sister Lorene was just talking about the ancestral land, right? If you look at this card, what's on the card? It's a bird or a crow. It's blue. Blue resonates with the psychic, okay? Sister Lorene.
Yes.
Where you at? You see this card?
Oh. Wow. Okay.
You see how the crow looking beyond? You know, the crow deals with the mystics and the
Yes.
ancestors. So the
Yes.
card is talking about opportunities, looking beyond, right? You
Right.
just got through talking about the ancestral land.
Right.
Okay?
It's coming. It's
It's coming.
coming.
And so,
Yes.
with that being said, that's the card that came out. But on the bottom of the card is judgment. Look at the panda. So the judgment says you have the benefit of good fortune, and if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything. In this place, you can reach your thoughts. You should act upon your potential. When you see the potential, since what you're planting, it will grow. You're about to experience a spectacular accent. So that relates to the message you was given.
Okay. Yes.
You feel
That's
me?
right. Yes.
So, because you were just talking about how they took the land, so that means judgment is
Yes.
judgment is upon the people of the land that was
Right.
taken away from us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ain't
Yeah.
that somehow that came out, and then the crow
That's
came out? Because you know the crow, they deal with the ancestors.
that's right. That's right. It's always the ancestors when you see a
You
crow.
feel me? That
And
ain't
a
nothing but the
blue
ancestors
crow.
coming out. So this is my last. This is my last pull. I'm gonna give a intuitive message. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, wait. What
This
we
is
got, spirit? What
the
we
spirit
got?
is what we needed. We needed this. We needed y'all. We
Yeah.
needed y'all to come. This is important because we have to have our spirituality and worship intact.
Facts.
We cannot go forward without it. We really cannot.
Facts. Facts.
I
Facts.
I
Facts.
know. And they, what is it? What do they bring it when you're ready, when you need it? That's when it comes together. Because
Uh
if it had
huh.
come together before, it wouldn't have worked. But
So the
now's
car
the time.
set exactly. So the card that came out was breakthrough insight. Intuition brings breakthrough insights. Act up on them. Did we just talk about that?
Yes.
Wow, that's right.
If you notice, you see the light is illuminating.
Uh huh.
Yes.
You see the golden aura.
Yes.
Yes.
That means that intuitively, if you know that you know and you know what has happened historically, that
Right.
means even though there was pain in that, that pain is going to bring purpose. Use your intuition to guide you.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's going to bring
Yes.
about, even if it's a silent whisper, because sometimes you may receive a silent whisper when it comes to taking that guidance.
Right.
Okay, because we
Right.
have to do
Right.
that because the ancestors were connected to the land.
Right.
I don't think people know like how they stayed out in nature a long time. They stayed in nature to almost when the sun went down.
Yes. They also did a lot of
Mhm.
fasting too. We
Yeah,
didn't eat
Right.
but 3 meals a day.
yeah. So that's the message. Take it as how it resonate with you.
That's right. That's powerful and that's real.
That's real. Because what's from the
Mhm.
heart reaches the heart. And I wasn't planning on doing an oracle, but Sister Jane, she know me. She was like, do the
Yes.
oracle, do the oracle. So that means spirit like, do it.
Yes.
Do it right, do it good.
Yes. This was phenomenal. I would give it a
I
clap.
know.
Woo!
I
I
know, I
love
know,
this
I
one. I
know, I
enjoyed it. Oh
know.
my God, I feel so refreshing.
I know, right? I know, right? So I'm gonna clear the energy out. Thank you, Sister Lorene. Thank you, Sister Jan, for being the speakers on the live and joining my platform. I give thanks and gratefulness and gratitude.
Appreciate you.
We
Thank
would do
you.
Thank
no,
you. Thank you for
thank you
making it
both for
live.
for
Thank
your
you.
information and knowledge. I
Mhm.
give
Thank you
gratitude.
for joining. Thank you to the people that joined. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Yes.
Good
Thank
Thank
you
love.
for
you, thank
joining.
you, thank you. Let me ring the bell for those that joined. For
Woo!
all of you that joined,
Woo!
you gave likes, you gave a
Yes.
heartbeat, you followed my page, or you follow Sister Lorene page or Jan page. We give thanks. I send positive energy and healing and abundance, prosperity, healing, love, protection, peace, love, and harmony. That no weapon formed against you can prosper. For your righteousness of the Most High, you do all things through Christ consciousness. And when I say Christ consciousness, I mean your caress, which is your crown, that is connected to your spinal cord, which is your Kundalini rising. Okay, that's what I mean by that.
Yes.
So I
Period.
thank each of you. If you need any type of services or products, please feel free to reach out to Sister Lorene or Sister Jane or myself. And God willing, we will see you all soon. You all have a blissful evening, a blissful weekend. Stay hydrated. This is an 8-8 Lionsgate portal. Keep your manifestations true and authentic. Keep your protection up. Give thanks to the Most High. Honor, respect, and give reverence to your ancestors. We don't worship the ancestors. Let me put that out there right now for a disclaimer.
No, that's
We
right.
we
No.
we honor them. We reference them. We give thanks because they
Right.
became before us, because
Right.
they leading the way. Okay, and we stand on their shoulders. Okay, so let me give some clarification for those that know and those that don't know.
Yes.
Okay, let's get some clarification. We don't worship the ancestors. We give
Yes.
thanks, we give reference, and we honor them.
Honor
Because
them.
if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here and you wouldn't be here. And whatever work you do, whether it's spiritual, mundane, you wouldn't have those gifts bestowed upon you if it wasn't for the Most High and your ancestors. Period.
Right.
Yes.
All right, I send love to you all. Sister Lorene, I will be talking to you. We're going to exchange telephone numbers. Sister
Yes.
Jan, same here.
Yes.
I
Absolutely.
love you all.
Love
I
you
love
too.
you
Thank
all.
you.
And peace, love, light, and abundance. And sometimes you got to go into darkness. Hell, you just have to do it.
Yes. You gotta go to the
And that's
dark.
and
That's
that
Sometimes you
and
right.
that's
have to
and,
walk in.
that's what I
Right.
call shadow work. Going within, as above, so below, as within, so without.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm loving it. Thank you all. You all have a
Yay.
good one, and I'll see you all soon.
All right. Take care. Thank you.
Peace.
Kana ahon.
All right.
Yes. Sorry about that. I had a phone call.
That's okay. I will talk to you in a minute, sis, okay?
Okay, have a good one, everybody. I'm gonna leave the live because
All
I
right.
got some
I'm
stuff
leaving
going.
as well. Everybody have a good evening. Thank you again.
Nice
And I
talking
look
to
to hear from you
everybody.
all soon. We got the 2-4 cases.
Yes, we did good. Yes. I'm so happy.
Gratitude.
Fireworks. Yes.
All right. Well, I'll talk